Looking ahead to the Montrose game, it's been a good run of form. We've just had the manager in. It's a one draw against Dunfermline away at East End Park and then 3 consecutive wins. How's confidence in the camp?
Confidence is obviously sky high just now. We've went three wins in a row, 3 clean sheets in a row as well, which is great for us as a back four and great for our confidence, and we just want to keep building on that. We want to be 5, 6, 7, 8 wins in a row and push ourselves up the table, and obviously with the cup competitions that we're in as well, we want to go as far as possible in them too. So overall it's been great for myself personally and for the full team. The morale's so high in here and we just want to keep pushing on and get 3 points because we want to eventually be at the top of the table within the next few weeks.
It has been a kind of resilient performance recently in terms of defence. What do you put that down to?
It's hard. I put it down to us gelling together. Obviously, there's 3 new boys. Myself, I'm starting. You've got Hendo, Call, young Finn Yates, who are brand new to the team. So I think it just takes a bit of time for us to gel together. There's been a lot of injuries at the back as well, so there's been a lot of variations of different back fours. So that plays a big impact. But we've kind of got a few games, maybe 4 or 5 games in a row where there's the 4 A's together, and then the more clean sheets you keep, the better your confidence comes together. You then trust each other more, and you then obviously you want to run through brick walls for each other, which makes it even easier.
So to what extent then, from what you're saying, is it the familiarity of the back line that's really now paying dividends?
Yeah, so obviously I now know the way Hendo plays, and because he's on my side, obviously I know the way Colin Finn plays well, but they don't really affect me as much as Hendo does. So playing beside Hendo has been great. He's a big lad. I just need to know when he's going up for headers, I need to come back and cover, and we're on the same wavelength when it comes to attacking in terms of him giving me the ball and just him going deep, giving me an extra option. We're always moving for each other, which is great in this team. There's nobody that's hiding. We don't want to hide. We want to show how good we are, and we're all moving off the ball, and it's making it so much easier. So yeah, it comes with familiarity. Obviously, if the back four's constantly changing, you don't really know how each other play and how you're confident, whereabouts you're confident taking the ball and what you're going to do. So it's massive with the familiarity, and I think that's what makes it so good.
Saturday, with all due respect to Peterhead, it was a tough one to kind of get the breakthrough, but when we didn't seem to look back. Would you agree with that? Totally.
I feel we could have been 5, 6 at times at the end of that game. I feel that's been a reoccurring theme. We've got quite a lot of chances, albeit we scored 4 eventually, but it was I wouldn't say it was because Peterhead defended for their lives and was clearing them off the line. I would just say it was poor decision making for us and not taking our chances, because I feel somebody, although 4-0 is a bit of a doing, I feel like somebody is due one soon with terms with the amount of chances we create, because you see it, we start every game 100 miles an hour, pressing, keeping the ball, overlapping, everything we need to do, and we create chance after chance after chance. I think we just need, obviously it took maybe, I don't know, maybe 25 minutes, half an hour for the first goal to go in. See if the first chance, when we get maybe 2 chances within the first 5 minutes, see if one of them goes in. I think then it's then just the domino effect and you start scoring 2, 3, because we want to go in at half time 3-0 up. That would be great, that would be amazing, 3, 4, whatever, and then you can then settle down. And you've seen the way on Saturday, as soon as we scored the third, their heads then went and they stopped chasing the game as much. Obviously when there's 2-0, it's a funny score, 2-0, so there's always going to be something to play for at 2-0, and people, obviously Peterhead, they would have been hoping for a draw the same way they did against Dunfermline, but when it goes 3, that's when you see the life gets drained out of them, and then we just kept the ball for fun. So if we can do that in the first half, we come out the second half and it's as good as it was the last 15 minutes at Peterhead, where you're just keeping the ball for fun and you're enjoying it.
I want to go back a minute to something that we had a conversation off camera after the match at Dundee, just before we did the post-match interview. And you made a comment at that point saying that you didn't think last year Falkirk fans saw the best of you, and that's made you kind of determined to show the best of you this year. Could you elaborate a bit more on that?
Yeah, obviously it was my first year last year. I came off a great season with Airdrie, getting team of the season, my second player of the year in a row. So obviously my confidence was sky high, and it's the first time I've fully changed team in a professional environment. So it was a new experience for me, and It's just, I've came in, we started very well last year, same again as we did this year, started very well, and then it kind of just fell away. And obviously it's the first time I've experienced a bit of, not criticism, but a bit of hounding for the fans and things like that, because obviously they demand more, and we should have gave them more as well. We demand more from ourselves, it just wasn't that season. And I've came in, fresh start this season, wanting to prove how good I really am and the player that they knew who I was before I signed, because obviously when I signed I seen a lot of people were excited about it, and that made me feel great because they've seen what I've done against them with Airdrie. So that's the second season. I just wanted to forget about last, because you can't do anything about last season, and obviously new gaffer, new coaching staff, had to impress them as well, and the new players in the team. I always want to impress my peers. There's nothing better than your own teammates valuing you and knowing how good you are as well, because it gives you great confidence. So I'm just happy that I'm now in a good form, that I'm continuously playing well, and I want that to happen the full season. I'm not wanting to have 3 games good here, a couple bad ones. I want to be continuously performing at the top of my game for the full season, and hopefully we can see where that takes us.
Over the summer we had the departure of Paul Dixon and Aaron Taylor-Sinclair. That made way for obviously the manager to bring somebody else in for that cover, for that spot, and Sean Mackey has arrived. To what extent is there that kind of personal feeling of, I'm not wanting to give up this jersey too lightly kind of thing?
Yeah, it's just the type of person I am. I'm not a pushover. I never have been, and I always want to fight for my position, and I always need to prove myself. My dad is big on saying that you're only as good as your last game. So if I play well on Saturday and then I have a howler the following week, they're going to remember the howler. They're not going to remember how good I was the previous 2 weeks. So I need to be at the top of my game, and obviously Sean's an excellent player, great boy as well. We got on like house and fire, the two is. So it's good. It's good to have a bit of competition, because then you're always on your toes and you're not being lackadaisical and thinking, I can just sail through this season. Doesn't matter if I play bad, doesn't matter if I play good, I'm still going to be in this team. I've always got somebody ready to take that jersey off me, so it keeps me on my toes and keeps me performing at the highest level.
We're going up to Montrose on Saturday. We know historically the last few years Montrose have been one of the trickiest teams we play. Credit to Stuart Petrie, they play a really good passing style most of the time, and especially they're very, very hard to break down. One of the questions I asked the manager, and to yourself as well, is if we are going to go there and we are going to get a result, what's going to have to be the key driver?
I think just keep doing what we are doing. We've played I think 9 or 8 out of the 9 teams in this league, and not one of them can live with us if we start the way we're starting. We've proven that. Obviously, like I've said previous interviews, the wee blips we had at Kelty, and obviously the slow start to the league campaign. But apart from that, we've been excellent, and we're on this continuous run that I just feel like we don't need to change what we're doing to suit them. I feel like if we just keep doing what we're doing, they'll need to change to try and stop us, to be honest. Again, they're a big physical side. I've played against Montrose many times now, and they've always been, they never have a really bad game. They're always just there or thereabouts. They might not always be great, but they're always such a tough team to break down. And obviously you need to give them the respect they're due. They've been like that for many years now, and they've obviously got to the playoff semi-final last year. And I think they got there the year before, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So they're a really good side, and they're going to be a big physical presence that we're going to need to deal with at the back. But we're just hoping we can keep another clean sheet, because if we do that, the minimum we get is a draw if we keep a clean sheet. But we obviously are dying for the 3 points, because like I said, we want to be top of this league within the next 2 or 3 weeks.
And that's the thing, we are currently sitting 4 points, I believe, off top spot, granted a game in hand. But, all the teams seem to be kind of cutting each other's throats at times. And, a few fans were getting worried a few weeks back when there was maybe a little gap with Dunfermline. Suddenly, it's back to 2 points. It's nothing. To what extent is there the real opportunity to go top of the league in the next, say, 3-4 weeks if we can keep being consistent?
I've said this a lot, and I say it to all the boys as well. Everybody beats everybody in this league. It's so unpredictable. You look at it. We beat Peterhead, get beat off Kelty. Kelty beat Peterhead. Airdrie beat us. We beat teams that beat Airdrie. All that. Everybody seems to beat everybody. It's not like a top team that's beating everyone and not getting beat. It's just I've just seen, as you've seen from previous weeks and what's happened in the past few days. There's a lot of teams getting beat off other people, which is good for us. We just hoping that we're not the team that's getting beat, because we're not used to that this season, which is good, and we don't want to be used to that. But it's massive for us. We need to we need to win these type of games. The games that we think are going to be the hardest, we need to win them. We've done that with Edinburgh, Queen of the South, Dunfermline, albeit we're unlucky and we feel we should have won. We're performing against the big teams, which is different from last year. We couldn't seem to beat a team above us, so it's positive for us, and we just want to keep going. And obviously with the game in hand as well, that gap could get narrowed down to one, and 1 point in football is obviously nothing. And it can't. We're playing Dunfermline in a few weeks. I think we're playing Edinburgh in a few weeks as well. So we're all playing each other very soon, and we just hope that by the time all these games are done, we are got a comfortable lead at the top. We don't want to be obviously 1 point ahead or on goal difference, things that we want to be charging ahead and getting away from the pack and just going to win this league, because I feel like us as players and the fans and coach staff and all, we deserve it, to be honest.
And just finally, it is going to be it's going to be tough, but as you say, the aspiration's definitely there from what you're saying. Form aside for a second, you have been in great form, but just finally, how happy are you just now? Because at the moment we're noticing, as one of the fans commented at the Saturday, that you really look like you're enjoying your football again. Yeah,
I am. I've told people, anybody who would listen, that I struggled last year mentally as well. But again, that's just one of these things in life. You just need to bounce back. And it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows, and it's not always going to be positive, because if it was like that, then life would be so easy. But that's unfortunately that's not the way life is. So for me, I'm just so happy that I've been able to prove people wrong this season. That was the most important part for me coming into this campaign, is I wanted to prove people wrong. Obviously there was people that would have been disappointed in how I played last year, myself included. I'm my harshest critic as well. So the fact that I can not only prove them right, that when they were saying I was good or whatever, it's massive for me. And the happier I am, the better I'm playing, and the more consistent I'm playing, the better performances I'm pulling out. So I'm just, like I said, I'm just hoping that this can continue for the full season, because I want to be getting spoke about all over the place, not just in this building, as a good player, and so somebody to keep an eye on and things like that. So I'm very happy, and I just want to keep it going, and it'll make me even happier if we get 3 points this Saturday.
Well, good luck for the game on Saturday, Leon, and as always, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much. Cheers.